Good evening and welcome to American Football Federation Week 9. My name is Hutch Donovan. I am the general manager of the Memphis Rhythm and one of the contributors to this league. And fortunately, Commissioner Kipper, has some other business to attend to. So I will be taking over the broadcast today. Hopefully it's substantial enough. Let's see if we're on the air. Get the chat. Sorry. Just 1 second. See if we're on the air yet. Yep. Here we are. Awesome. Once Andrew Brady gets in here, I'd love for you to say something in the chat, see if the Blue Snowball... Thanks. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about the new broadcast crew either. But that looks like that's what we're riding with. This week we've got 3 interesting matchups. We've got St. Louis at Oklahoma, Memphis at San Antonio, and Alabama at Kentucky. We've got 3 matchups. The first one is going to be St. Louis at Oklahoma. For all of you visitors out there, this could be a Riley one. Let's get these teams. There we go. Took me a while to figure out how to work that out. Let's see. It's St. Louis at Oklahoma. Should be it. I'm assuming they're wearing the right unis. That's what we're gonna assume. Yeah. I'll actually check. Griffin, everything looked good here before we get started, since he's in the chat. Uniforms wise, because I have no idea. Oh. Just let me know, Kip. Hopefully you're still watching. All good. All right. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First week of the American Football Federation. We've got a nice matchup here. We've got St. Louis versus Oklahoma. You're talking about a St. Louis team that just coming from home against San Antonio, 13-0. A bit of a tough loss for them there. And then Oklahoma Bison also featuring a tough loss to the Alabama Racers in Alabama. That's 3 losses in a row to for the Cluck, or for the Bison. Sorry, boys, it's late. Looking to bounce back at home against the Knights. The Knights are coming off of 2 losses in a row as well. To the 2 best teams in the league, of course. But Knights choose heads. Let's see what we got going on here. Move the mouse for Andrew Brady. Bison are going to kick. The Knights are going to get the ball. Start out this first half. And I'm excited for some football. I mean, there are some key players in this game. Some key injuries here. Antoine Thompson for the Oklahoma Bison going to be coming back, suffering from a little bit of a dislocated shoulder. The training staff in Oklahoma got him back. There's Aaron Dotson all the way up to the 35. 17-yard return on the play. Antoine Thompson coming back from dislocated shoulder. Some other injuries last week. 2 injuries for the St. Louis Knights. Marcus Bernard, the tight end. That could have been Marcus Bernard right there if he wasn't hurt. And Robert Matamoros, 2 offensive guys. Matamoros, a right tackle. Both with some pinched nerves. Training staff definitely busy. But they did not make the trip to Oklahoma today. There's Gabe Smith on the outside. Couldn't quite pick up a blocker there. It's 2 yards on the play. These are two franchises here looking to kind of make some noise. But the rhythm, and the Bison and the Knights are all looking for that 3 spot, trying to make it to the playoffs. So it's a very important matchup this is here, kind of winding down towards the end of the season. We've got the first punt of the day for the St. Louis Knights. Surely not to be the last. That's a Merv Iverson punt if I've ever seen one. Pull back to return. Doesn't get much there. And out comes this Oklahoma Bison's offense. Led by Jake Tinsley, Oklahoma State graduate. He's looking to lead these guys in a different direction. There's running back Will Hopper to the outside. He makes a bit of a move. Will Hopper to the outside for a gain of almost 20. And that's something that this Oklahoma Bison team doesn't really excel at is the run game. That's a rookie out of the Fresno State Rambling Raisins, a California Junior Football League team. You know, that's a big impact for the young player. Talk about a big impact, you talk about KJ Mayo. Talking about a guy that's leading the St. Louis team to pretty decent defensive performance. Obviously picked up in free agency from the Atlanta Racers. Former Dream Bowl MVP. Oh my God, there's Hopper again. Making a move. Just past, he's right around the 42-yard line. Tinsley back to pass in the gun, 3rd and 7. He's got time. He finds Matty France, a top target for him. That's going to be a touchdown. Oklahoma Bison at home on the first drive of the game. That's a connection we've been seeing all year. We've seen Tinsley to France all year. Reed Nutt out to kick, the point after. Ooh, just barely squeaks it in there. It's going to be good. 7-0 lead for the Oklahoma Bison. I have a feeling that we're going to have a viewer drop off and go study for some accounting. That's just what's going to happen. KJ Mayo can't do it all. Here's Aaron Dotson trying to get something started on the kick return. Not going to really do it for him. And we've got quarterback number 3, rookie quarterback Scott Lopez, to lead this offense. There's Gabe Smith. Can't really break a tackle on the outside for a gain of 1. You know, this is a St. Louis team that has been very troubled in that quarterback issue over the tenure of this league. Starting out with Aiden Cox, now Kentucky Cluck quarterback. He kind of couldn't get the job done for him. Expected in season 1 to go pretty far and kind of falling down. So, you know, after a couple seasons of that, they go to the draft and they find Jordan Knoll, who was supposed to be the truth. He was supposed to be the guy that's going to lead this team. Well, there's a pass from not Jordan Knoll, Scott Lopez. That's to Caden Bowie. That's a connection we've seen. Not Aaron Dotson, the pickup, but Caden Bowie, a tenured veteran for the St. Louis Knights offense. Gabe Smith. We got boys. Maybe he spoke too soon there. Do it, Francois, making the play there on the outside. But like I said, you know, they kind of had to go to the drawing board in this quarterback locker room, and Alphonse Mayer I think it's possible that Scott Lopez is that guy. You know, I've talked to Lopez, and you know, he's an optimistic guy. He's looking to turn this franchise around, and I don't see why he can't. Here's Lopez back to pass. He completes it well. Not quite. Big time breakup for the Oklahoma secondary. Back to punt. Another Merv Iverson punt from the University of Tennessee. You know, he's been letting them rep all year now. That's a pretty good punt there. Fielded by Andrew Pohl, right on the 25. Back on the field is this Oklahoma Bison offense. Looking to punch another one in. Maybe get up by 2 scores early. Something we don't really see often in this league, especially not this season. A little bit of a scoring drought in this season. That's a screenplay. Do I think that could be tied into fullback 2? Sorry, Mr. 2. I didn't mean to misspoke there. He has a reception that's going to be 2 yards on the play. Tinsley under the gun. Under the center. There's Hawkins. Not really going to get the job. That's the fullback from Louisville. He's a talented guy. He doesn't really get to show it. You know, he's a guy that does a lot off the field, but does a lot under behind the scenes as well. He does a lot for keeping Jake Tinsley safe. That's not really seen by the average viewer. Just want to give him a shout out. Something that's not seen by the average viewer is a Kevin Madrid show for that St. Louis defense. He's a guy, been with him for a while out of Rutgers. Or they actually might have signed him. You know, St. Louis and Rutgers seem to have some sort of connection there. Aaron Dotson returned, and St. Louis is going to take over on the 23. Lopez back to pass. Connection to Aaron Dotson. That's a connection we see a lot as well. Great free agency pickup for the Knights there. And that's something that happened. You know, you've heard the rumors of the locker room situation in St. Louis. You've heard the stories of guys, teammates fighting, coaching staff getting fired, everything that's gone wrong this offseason. But that's kind of a bright point, is Aaron Dotson. They managed to get him to make his way to St. Louis in the first ever free agency of the AFF. And he's made big time strides in making the St. Louis team what it is this season. There he is again, completed, couldn't quite stay in bounds after the catch though. Third down for Scott Lopez and these St. Louis Knights on the road in Oklahoma. He's back to pass, he's looking, he's got Dotson over the middle. Doesn't quite get there though. It's going to be fourth down on... I know you're tired of hearing it, but out comes Merv Iverson. Merv Iverson back to punt. Gets it off. Not a bad punt from Merv. Pretty good one, I'd say. Andrew Pohl to receive. He gets laid out. Laid out by 47. I wish I could tell you who that is. You have to ask General Manager Griffin Kipper, but good play by the young man, that's for sure. Tinsley back to pass on first down. Finds, I want to say that's Trevor Zuniga. It could be Michael Zuniga. I must be thinking this about it. He's from the University of Missouri, though. He's a rookie this year. I remember seeing him on some draft boards. Oh, and somebody's down. Somebody is down. By somebody, I mean, obviously, Jake Tinsley's down. Turf toe for Hurley, left defensive tackle. It's not really what you're looking at. I mean, sure they got the sack, but was it worth it? Doug Hurley on that left side of the D-line with KJ Mayo. They've kind of been a duo, and Hurley's been something you don't see. You know, the stunts that they pull off are pretty nice. Fortunately, it doesn't matter on this drive. Bison back to punt. They're rocking with Otis Schrader, one of the better punters in this league. He was drafted a couple years ago out of the University of Notre Dame. He's a guy that's ready to win. You know, you don't see a lot of punters with some swagger about them, but I believe that Otis Schrader does. He has a bit of swagger about him. He has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, and the doctor's getting back to me saying that he's claiming he has turf toe, despite the fact that they are clearly on grass. There might be some sort of investigation for Oklahoma there of what they're putting in this grass, and if there wasn't something to trip him up. But hopefully he'll be back soon, possibly as soon as next week. All the best wishes for the injured Knights player. Back to pass. Intercepted. Oh, Lopez intercepted by Asa Eason. Asa Eason. That's the free safety out of Utah, drafted a couple seasons ago. Tinsley back to pass in the red zone. He finds Robinson down to the 30-yard line. That's Jamel Robinson, the backup running back. He's kind of a passing back anyway. You know, they put in big boy Will Hopper in there to kind of get things going, and they find Robinson often in the flats. There's Tinsley back deep. Oh, battled up there. Oh, lucky for the Oklahoma Bison that nobody in a white uniform came down with that one. 3rd and 4 for the Oklahoma Bison on the 30-yard line. Back to pass. Battled. Can't quite get to what I assume to be one of the receivers there. And, here comes Reed Nutt out of the University of Oklahoma. He's good. He's 1 for 1 in the PAT. That's a good kick there. It's a great kick. Never a doubt. Reed Nutt makes it 10-0 in Oklahoma. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wow, this game has flown by. If I'm being honest, I was literally thinking, when's the end of the first quarter? I must have missed it looking at some stats over here. Oh, Dotson's got room to work. Gets all the way up to the 32. You know, for St. Louis, you don't want to leave this half with the goose egg on the board. You'd like to get at least 3 here. You know, you've got Waldo Nation who can put him in. There's Gabe Smith down the middle, first overall pick. You know, he's been a little quiet this season. Not because of his lack of talent. I think it's because of a growth in defensive talent, a growth in defensive players. I think the offenses in this league are kind of trying to catch up. You know, there's a lot of defensive talent that is not going to the NFL. A lot of the offensive talent that they find is going to the NFL, and so you kind of see in the scoring drought. I have a feeling that that's not always going to be the case looking into this next year's draft class. Lopez, though, back to pass. Finds Caden Bowie over the middle for a first down. And that's the way to get it started is passing it. Going Lopez to Bowie. That's a guy that's, you know, he's not Aaron Dotson. He's not, you know, Marcus Bernard who's out. He's a guy that's reliable. Reliable guy there. Out of Indiana. 2-minute warning in the first half. Knights kind of on a bit of a drive. 2nd and 12 for the St. Louis Knights. They're probably going to go with some sort of play action here, I'd assume. Straight back for Scott Lopez. Swatted down. Swatted down. At the top you see, is this who the Knights want their quarterback to be? Frankly, they have no idea. Oh, Scott Lopez. Oh, and there's an injured player on the field. It looks like it's on the Oklahoma Bison defensive line. That's Alvin Casey, actually. Or no, sorry. Oh, is that Thompson again? Oh, I think it is. Antoine Thompson, just coming back from injury, is now injured again. You can't really catch a break there. I didn't really get to see the time. I didn't really get to see the time on the injury there. I'm actually checking the footage to see if I think I've been told that it was another turf toe covering 2 weeks. Somehow they've gotten the ball. I must have missed a turnover. I totally just missed a turnover. Oh no, they punted. Sorry. Another Merv Iverson punt. Well, you know, if you're Oklahoma, that's not a great injury there, but you're looking to get into the half going 10-0. Tinsley to Hawkins. Here you go. He's got some room. Shifty guy there. Only 2 yards. 3rd and 10. Minute 30 on the clock. Oklahoma's not really wanting to speed this game up. I think if you're in Oklahoma, for the Oklahoma team, yeah, you're just trying to run the ball. Let's get it to halftime. We've got a convincing 2-possession lead. And there's the first time out from St. Louis, trying to deter that thought after a quick 3-and-out for the St. Louis defense, led by KJ Mann. Here's Schrader. Otis back to punt. There's Aaron Dotson down the right side of the field, your left side. His right side. 20-yard return there, and they're going to get decent field position with 1:12 left to go in the second. A lot of turf toes today for a grass field. I'm sure the Oklahoma field management crew will be alerted and fix that for the next game in Oklahoma. Here we go. Lopez in the shotgun formation with 58 seconds. Clock's running. Needs to snap it. He does. Oh, he's on the move. Lopez trying to scramble. Can't quite get there. Hawk down. Made a good move out of the backfield, but German Holdner is not really going to let that happen. Right to tackle out of Baylor. And Lopez again is just swarmed. Thanks for the mouse there. Awesome, Andrew 04. Appreciate it. I thought I was gonna impress you earlier, but whenever I went to watch the replay, kind of blew cock there. Sorry. Not safe for children. Hopper on the run. 24 seconds left to play. I have a feeling this Oklahoma team's just trying to take it to halftime, like they were trying to last time. Should let this clock run down. You got 16 seconds left. St. Louis has 2 timeouts, so they're not going to take one. Screenplay to Hopper. This could work. Maybe. He gets tackled right around the 44-yard line. 4 seconds left in the half. We'll see if they're even going to try another play. They are. It's going to be Hawkins in the middle. Kind of just for the stat pattern. Oh, it's halftime. It's halftime in Oklahoma. A lot of blue on that right side there. 10-0. Bison lead. 85 total yards on the evening for Oklahoma. And they will receive starting in the third quarter. Looking to tack on to that lead at home for these fans. You know, after a 3-game drought, that's what you need. Andrew Pohl found some separation in the middle there. 23-yard return. Going to make his way to the 36, almost 37. Got a little bit of a wing T situation. Everybody's in. Tinsley, but his play action. Release. That finds Hopper to about the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6. Decent little play there. Tinsley back to pass. Batted down. Here's another Tinsley. Tinsley 3rd down, 3rd and 6. Bison are looking to make something happen. He's got no time as his offensive line gets absolutely obliterated by KJ Mayo. I mean, that's a guy that makes an impact. I mean, if you think he doesn't make an impact, you can watch week 7, 8, and now 9 and see that's not true. Dotson's got some room, and he makes a move. You're going to have some decent field position. Looks like we got an injury on the play, though. Looks like a Bison player. Oh, that's Andrew Pohl with neck spasms. He seems to be having some issues. I sure hope he's okay. Andrew Pohl, that's not who you don't want wide receiver 1 going out on a trying to tackle a kick return. That's not what you want at all. I'm sure Bison fans are going to be angry in the chat there. I think that's tight end number 2. He's got the starting job today with an injury from Marcus Bernard. He's looking to shock the world today. Wide open, Caden Bowie to the 32-yard line, and all of a sudden the Knights had good field position, got a nice first down, and they're kind of marching down the field. Welcome to Waldo Range. Welcome to Waldo Range, ladies and gentlemen. You're right. There was a little bit of mayonnaise with that hit on the last drive. Aaron Dotson over the middle, just chewing 5 yards. Again, just waltzing into Waldo Range. Funny character that nation is. Waldo Nation, that is. Gabe Smith, inches short. Off the flats. We'll see if they can get this 3rd down and keep on trying to go for 7. Oh, he finds Gabe Smith, and he's got the first down and more. Gabe Smith to the 14-yard line. Welcome to the red zone, St. Louis Knights. Gabe Smith, longest reception for 8 yards in the day. Scott Lopez, under center on this 1st and 10 from the Oklahoma 13. Well, there's Stensland. He's got blockers. He makes a move. This St. Louis this Knights offense is feeling something. You know, that is a good question. Why is Pohl playing special teams? The world may never know. Maybe he's the best tackler on the team. You never know. Gabe Smith's got room. Oh, he was another second of stock blocking from cutting out to the outside and going to the end zone. 3rd and 2 on the Oklahoma 6. You would not like to settle for 3 after a great drive. Lopez, he's got room. Oh my God, I have never seen something that close. Not even a measurement. Oh, wow. Here comes Waldo Nation to kick. He doesn't miss those, that's for sure. He hasn't missed one of those in a long time. Waldo Nation 22-yard field goal puts St. Louis Knights on the board and makes it a one-possession ball game, 10-3. You would have liked to see a bit of a review of the spot there if you're a Knights fan. I mean, I think you might have gotten one if you were in St. Louis. Yeah, you would have liked to see the chains. I know. Oh. Wow. Tinsley back to throw. He finds Zuniga open on the outside, and he's burning. He's faster. And Zuniga's... I didn't think he was going to take that. I thought he was going to get hawked, and that's a touchdown Bison. That's a touchdown Bison, ladies and gentlemen. 16-3. Wow, and we've seen some offense, ladies and gentlemen. Reed Nutt back to kick the point after. A 1st and 10 play there for Oklahoma. Uh-oh. A doinker. Postowski Postowski for the Bison. Make it only a 13-point game. 2 field goals and a touchdown will do it now for the Knights. That could be the difference maker, but we're going to need to see 7 on the board for this night, preferably on this drive. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. It's the hope that kills you. I just watched the replay of the doink over there. Pretty good. There's Hughes is trying to make a move to the outside. Doesn't quite get there. Jacob Hughes is out of Texas. Long-time Knight running back. Scott Lopez to Gabe Smith for a gain of the yard. Only 5 yards today for Gabe Smith. That's the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Score: Oklahoma Bison 16, St. Louis Knights 3. That's tight end 2 for a second reception of the day. Fortunately, that's going to be 4th down, though, for the Knights. Lance Baldwin, textbook tackle from the young man. And here's the all-too-familiar Merv Iverson back to punt. Boom. Not his best of the day, that's for sure. Bounces over him, though. Riley Breedlove back to return now that Andrew Pohl, I assume, right? Andrew Pohl was the return man. Unfortunately, he's out, so they got Breedlove taking him. He's a talented skill position guy, talented receiver. He'll definitely be okay in that position. Tinsley was able to find Michael Zuniga, the 3rd best receiver on that roster, without Andrew Pohl. Let's see if Riley Breedlove gets a couple more touches, and maybe you see some Cody Bright. Who knows? Here's Hopper, though. He's got room on the outside. Picks up a block. Picks up another block. Hopper to the outside. That's a huge run for Will Hopper, who's having a great day out of Fresno State Ramblin' Raisins. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of the CJFL, but it's a developing league, and they've got developing players. And the American Football Federation is just very excited, stoked to be able to give them a place to play ball. KJ Mayo with another tackle there. I mean, I'm kind of getting tired to say that. Screenplay to Hopper. Can't quite get that block on the front day. Yeah, I mean, that's not what you're looking for. 3rd and 16. You'd like to get some yards here. Maybe slip into field goal range if you're Jake Tinsley. Not really worried about getting the first down. Just looking to get a couple yards. He does air it out, and he does get a couple yards to Matty France. That's the perfect play there. Still 7 yards from the first down, but now all of a sudden, you're going to give Reed Nutt the chance to line it up and knock it down for another 3. He's been shaky today and just missed a PAT. No wind. And it's blocked. How about a block from that Knights defense, special teams? They've had a decent special teams day today. Merv has been putting in some work. They had a decent return that led to the 3. And now they got the ball back. There's Schrader. Schrader over the middle. It's Kevin Schrader out of the University of Wisconsin. So Lopez under the gun. Lopez back to pass. He finds Gabe Smith in the flats. He gets the first down. A little bit more. First down on St. Louis 40. I mean, that's one first down. Let's see if they can piece together a couple more of those and maybe get some more points on the board. Fortunately, there's Caden Bowie. I was about to say, unfortunately, this game is looking a little bit too far to reach, but frankly, welcome the St. Louis Knights to the Oklahoma side of the ball. 16-3. Unfortunately, they have less than 3 minutes to play. Lopez is trying to speed up this offense, that's for sure. They're going to give it to Hughes, who finds room in the middle. Hughes finds room in the middle, doesn't quite pick up that first down, though. That's Jacob Hughes out of Texas, finds room in the middle, not Gabe Smith. Gabe Smith clearly getting some breathing room after a couple of big plays back then. Here he is, though. He's got blockers. Ooh, was almost to the outside. He's going to get the first down, though. Tick-tock, though. 2 minutes left. About to hit the 2-minute warning. St. Louis, yep, there it is. St. Louis still has all 3 timeouts, though. Well in the red zone here. It's 16-3. So, I mean, touchdown, onside conversion. I mean, there are hopes there. We've never seen a comeback of that sort since season 1. It was hit by about every single defensive back and wide receiver you can, but nobody was able to put 2 hands on it. 2nd and 10. Scott Lopez. Back to pass. Oh, and that could be the nail there. You're going to have to take a timeout here. Sacked on 2nd down. You got a minute 51. You might take a timeout here to stop the momentum, but clearly not. Clearly saving to use it for the possibility of a second drive after the onside conversion. They're going to want to snap the ball, though. That's for sure. Lopez swatted down. Frankly, you can't afford 3 here, so I have a feeling the offense is going to stay on the field. And it is. Here's Lopez, 4th and 16. See, that's why you need to find something. Oh, and it's intercepted, nail in the coffin by Cesario. Not what Knights fans were looking there. Harry Cesario out of Marshall. He's a rookie this year. One of the better defensive backs in this huge defensive back class. First time out called by St. Louis. The first down is required in order to officially end the game. St. Louis seems to be opting for that option. They're going to call another one. Could have a lot of time left. Unfortunately, they're down by 13. If they're down by 6, okay, these are a lot bigger plays, but down by 13, yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Oklahoma's okay with punting the ball, giving it back to them, and saying, all right, hit me with your best shot. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got going on here. Schrader sends it away. Not going to make it easy on the Knights. Dotson's got blockers, though. Doesn't seem to stay behind him, but he had him. 72 yards on punt returns for Aaron Dotson. Made some work out of him. Bit of a shorter field for the Knights. See what Lopez can do with it. Trying to just get a touchdown on the board for morale at this point. And as a wise Knights fan once said, interceptions do also hurt. I want to say that's Asa Eason's 2nd interception of the day. I could be wrong, but I want to say that's Eason's 2nd. He maybe hit a tackle earlier, but I don't know. Tinsley's just going to let this clock run a little bit as we conclude the first matchup of the Week 9 of the 2025 American Football Federation season. If you're new to the channel, or if you're watching later, check out affederation.net for more information. It's pretty bare bones right now, but we're trying to get it up and running. Trying to get some more content out to you guys. This is primarily for boys who want to go back and watch their games over, or stuff like that, showing new people, whatever. But if there is, for any reason, somebody watching this that's not any of our boys, welcome. As the Bison knee it out, they're going to go on to 5-5. Oh, sorry, 4-5. Thank you for updating that, Griffin. The Knights are going to head down to 2-7. Griffin, if you're already on the Google Doc, you could go ahead and unbold Antoine Thompson as well and write down some of these injuries if you want to. That's just if you want to play the game. That is the end of the game there, ladies and gentlemen. 16-3. Pretty much complete domination from the Oklahoma Bison. A lot of big plays. Two touchdowns. Woo! One big plays for him there. Getting a little tired in the booth. Let's check out who our player of the game is. Well, this is one thing Knights fans can be excited about. Is another player of the game, 3rd of the year for KJ Mayo. That kind of puts him in the running if they can grab another one. Marcus Kendrick currently in the lead with 4. But that's huge. I mean, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Just an absolute monster this guy is. You're right. You're right, Andrew Brady. Antoine Thompson got re-injured. That is correct. I forgot about that. So here's poll. Do I click this? Can you see the injury here? You can't. I don't really. How do I? Griffin, whenever you get there, how do I click to show you the injury? Oh, space, player card. Bang. Sorry. Oh, never mind. They gave us nothing. They gave us absolutely nothing. Oh, here you go. Here you go. It's Jay. There you go. 2-week neck spasms for Andrew Pohl. There you go. 2-week neck spasms for Pohl. It was not Anna. It was actually Jay. Okay, and until I get to the whole team, though. Okay, that's a good idea. Great call. So, here's Thompson with turf toe. Great call. Thompson with turf toe. 2 weeks. Pohl, neck spasms, 2 weeks. And that is all for the Bison. And then we can go here for the Knights. Matamoros was already injured. Doug Hurley with turf toe, 2 weeks. Hurley, turf toe, 2 weeks. Try to give you some time. Bernard's already injured. I think that's all. Pretty sure that's all. 3 injuries on the day. So it's important to note that that's Andrew Pohl and Antoine Thompson's second injury of the year. Ugh, you got to think, like, if those guys are healthy, what this Oklahoma Bison team could be. Both of them are 2 weeks, by the way, Griffin, for calculations purposes. I see you on the Google Docs. We're going to end the game, though, and head on to the next, which is going to be Memphis at San Antonio. I'm going to try not to be biased here, boys. Obviously, as the Memphis Rhythm general manager. Are they wearing? No, they are not wearing anything. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's talk for a minute here. Memphis coming off of a 3-0, two-game winning streak for Memphis. 13-7 to Bison in Week 7 and 3-0 to Kentucky last week. Notable injury, though, Darius Mathis is going to be out for this game. Suffering for some lower back issues. It doesn't seem to be serious as we were told that he'll be back next week. San Antonio, on the other hand, has left guard Zach Austin out with a sprained ankle. Also should be back next week. San Antonio is coming off of kind of a good revenge game against St. Louis, going 13-0. But because following that, they had lost to the worst team in the league, Kentucky, which is the only loss on their resume. Got a blimp flying over the Alamo Dome today, which is interesting. Must be a skylight in there. I did not see who's going to get the ball, but I'll find out shortly. It's going to be the Rhythm. Gets the ball first. A lot of wind in San Antonio today, 14 miles per hour. 14 mile per hour wind. I don't know how I'd even say that better. Berto Pennington, an electric rookie for this Rhythm offense, is looking to get things started with Colton Crane under center. Crane immediately back to pass, swatted at the line of scrimmage. Talented defensive line San Antonio Cannons have here. Denial Pedersen, Tom Armstrong, Coop Torres, Grayson Larson. Those are some guys that can move around. That's for sure. They're not slow. Saw him get back there. Luckily, Crane finds Smothers for 6 yards. David Smothers, draft pick this year, picked up in the 2025 draft by the Rhythm. Another one swatted at the line of scrimmage. That Rhythm offensive line is going to have have something to do with that. But unfortunately, here comes Herschel Dempsey for a 3-and-out, 4th and 4. He's gonna give that one a whirl, dropping it deep back there, a little too deep actually. Herschel didn't quite know. He had the wind kind of helping him there, but deep bomb for Dempsey. Gonna start the Cannons at the 20. And with the Cannons come star quarterback Seth Dalton, one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback we've ever seen. Followed with some great running back talent, Marquise Armstead and Gerard Hoskins, drafted in the same year out of Michigan and South Carolina. They've got guys like Tom Lloyd, Jensen Spencer, Colleton, Strickland. Speaking of Tom Lloyd, there he is for 9. 9 and some. But this is just a firepower offense, you know. Had some struggles this year for how good they're supposed to be, but they definitely can get it done. That's the thing about this team, is they can get it done. Last time these teams met, the final was 16-10 in overtime. Memphis led 10-0 after the first quarter. Just kind of a little bit of a comeback victory for the talented San Antonio Cannons win to continue their win streak at the time. Looks like Darius Mathis got a rep or two there. He was definitely moved down to the backup. I know the road now. It's okay. All of his stats are at 1 anyway, so he's pretty much useless. Dalton back to pass. He finds Tom Lloyd on the outside, breaking away. Good tackle from what is assumed to be Corey Odom, guarding their best receiver. And here comes the Cannons creeping across midfield in the Alamo Dome. They're going to give it to Armstead. He's got boys. Oh, no. Down goes Armstead. He's not feeling good after that tackle. He's holding his helmet. Luckily, he's able to get up. He's got a sore neck, recovering in 2 weeks. So you're going to see a lot more Gerard Haskins, who is a great back nonetheless. And they don't seem to have a 3rd-string running back, so... Oh, well, there's Maxwell on the first down there. Maybe they don't need their running backs. That's tight end Homer Maxwell in his 2nd year in the league. Here's Hoskins as we speak, tackled in the backfield by Nolan Kelly. Now, this rhythm defensive line can do some things. Obviously, Nolan Kelly and Darius Mathis and Ash Briggs, those are kind of your guys. You got Javi Delgado too, but obviously with Darius Mathis out, in comes Leo Rosales, who was drafted a couple years back to fill a positional need. He kind of really hasn't developed. They grabbed Mathis in the offseason, and he was able to fill a hole. Homer Maxwell catches it on the outside. Fortunately, that's going to be 4th down and a stop for the Rhythm, second one of the day, or first one of the day. They're gonna go to Rich Sylvester from TCU. That's a good kick. Oh, but the wind pushes it wide right. 0-0. 0-0 San Antonio, Memphis, after that very close Rich Sylvester. Very, very close Rich Sylvester kick there. David Smothers across the middle. Who David Smothers in this second, kind of half of the season has become Colton Crane's favorite target. Obviously, early in the season he was targeting Alberto Pennington a lot, but a lot of defensives has switched to having a safety all the way there. Well, hold on a minute. There's Ray Potts. Oh, Ray Potts breaks a tackle. Big guy for Ray. He obviously gets hawked down, but a big time shed from Ray Potts. 29 yards for the big guy. I mean, he's kind of this big, bulky guy out of Ohio State. He's got a bit of attitude. Speaking of attitude, here's Damani Givens. This Memphis run game, all of a sudden is getting blocks downfield. You see guys, you're seeing guys move on to that next level of play. You're seeing guys that are blocking their guys. You've got your fullbacks. Even Colton Crane's getting some action on that second line, picking up some linebackers. It's the end of the first quarter, and all of a sudden now the Rhythm are knocking on San Antonio's door. Here's Potts again. He's got room. He makes a move. He's got room. And another first down for Potts. This run game is unstoppable right now. I mean, I don't know what's going on. You're talking about a great run defense in the San Antonio Cannons getting, quite frankly, bulldozed by this Rhythm run game. Crane back to pass. He's going to find Wilkins. J.D. Wilkins on the outside. That's a running back there. Out of the flats. And it's 2nd and 4 on the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal for this Memphis Rhythm. And here comes Wilkins. Wilkins has got room. Oh, you got to think if they hand that to Potts, is he getting in? 3rd and 1, though. 1 yard to go. 3rd and 1 for the Memphis Rhythm. This surely has to go to Potts here. Could be some play action shenanigans, though. No, it's Ray on the outside, and he punches it in for a predominantly run-heavy drive there. 7 plays. Here comes Hayden Gould to get the point after. That is just a well-done drive for the Memphis Rhythm. Ooh, that barely squeaked in. The wind are moving these balls. The wind is doing something. The San Antonio kicker experienced that same wind. Rich Sylvester experienced that same wind, those same wind issues in their field goal. Luckily, Gould just was able to slip it through a little bit closer. Tom Lloyd, bit of a poor return. Got the wing T rocking for the San Antonio Cannons. Again, Marquise Armstead, if you're tuning in now, Marquise Armstead is injured. He just got injured in this game. He should be back relatively soon, however. I've just been alerted that it's not the Fresno State Ramblin' Raisins. It's the Fresno State Bulldogs. Apologies to Bulldogs fans out there. You know, still a new league. The CJFL is. Apologies to all Bulldog fans out there. I don't know what team I'm referring to. I'll have to do some research. But I'm not going to do research right now because Gerard Hoskins is on the move. Hoskins is on the move. The Fresno Ramblin' Raisins. Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, I think he's from the Fresno Ramblin' Raisin. Is he from Fresno or Fresno State, the college? He might be from Fresno State, the university. Oh, I thought that was Fresno from the CJFL. I apologize to all fans. Will Hopper is from Fresno State. I thought there was a guy from Fresno. Could just be lying to everybody. Lord, is it late? I've missed about half this drive too. Let's get back into the action. Start talking about Raisins and Bulldogs and Fresno State and how about halfback 3? Chris Bradley with the tackle there. San Antonio looking to grab some points here after missing the field goal. 2-minute warning in the first half. Great acknowledgement by chat member Andrew Brady. Rhythm probably took some inspiration from Vrabel on the Tennessee Titans. Running the ball down their throat, which I guess seems to be working. Big time stop there by Markeith Mathewson. And they're gonna send out the kicker here as well. Rich Sylvester. He's got a bit of a leg on him. Man, was that close. That was devastatingly close. I mean, realistically, it could be 6-7 here. Realistically, it could be 6-6. So, I mean, that's just tough to see in San Antonio. I know these fans aren't happy, but obviously they're going to be here for a minute. Potts had some room. Couldn't quite capitalize, though. Could not quite capitalize. Third and 4 for the Memphis Rhythm. Colton Crane under the gun, looking to probably give some play action here. Nope, they're going to give it to Damani Givens. Crane picks up a block, but man, he couldn't get that block on the outside. Crane did pick up a block there. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. In comes Herschel Dempsey out of Kansas State. You know, that's something I talked about last week is this Kansas State special teams unit. guys that they clearly have a very, very good special teams coordinator in Kansas State. Because these guys have been pretty consistent day in, day out for this Memphis Rhythms team. And, we'll just have to see what they have. But here's Hoskins. He's got some room. Man, is he quick. He's a quick little guy. He's a guy that's a little bit hard to see, a little bit hard to tackle, that's for sure. Dalton on 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 6 on the shotgun. Trips out left. Finds Homer Maxwell over the middle. Homer Maxwell from Boston College. You're right. Kai Connor, the punter that we're about to see, is from the Fresno Ramblin' Raisins from the CJFL. Thank you, Andrew Brady and Griffin Kipper, who texted me for this information. Makes sense because the color's brown versus red blue. Fresno State's red blue. Again, it's almost 1 a.m. So thank you boys. Here's Damani Givens on the outside though. He's got couldn't quite pick up a block. Might have been Crane trying to pick up that block. I don't know. 2nd and 10 nonetheless. 18 seconds to go. If you're a Rhythm, you might just let this go on into halftime. I guess they're going to give it a go. They've got Alberto Pennington on the outside for a first down. 7 seconds and clock running here. I don't know if I doubt. Oh, they do snap the ball. They're going to give it to Ray Potts. Makes a move. Just I guess trying to pad the stats here. But it's going to be 7-0 in San Antonio. Rhythm are up. Rhythm are feeling a little hot coming off of 2 wins. Very even. Exact same total yards. Obviously, you see 89 passing yards for the Cannons versus 69 rushing yards in the first half for the Memphis Rhythm. Rhythm are going to kick it off. Should be Tom Lloyd back to receive. He does. He picks up a block. He's a quick guy. Doesn't get very far though. He's on the 34-yard line. Not a bad return at all. So Dalton trying to lead this team to another comeback victory over the Rhythm. Done it once before this season. Done it many times in this game. Seth Dalton's one of those guys who surely has the most comeback victories of all time. I mean, he's been down so much in his life before, and he's a guy that just comes back. You know what I mean? He's a guy that knows when to call game. I love that thought. I love that idea. Huge. I am so down to broadcast the CJFL Championship next season. Interception at the line of scrimmage. Oh, the big man. The big man, Chris Bradley, comes down. That could have been a linebacker. I could be lying to you about him being a big man. I mean, he's going to be big no matter what, but it is an outside linebacker out of Wisconsin. Chris Bradley, short field for the Rhythm. He finds David Smothers on the outside. Going to creep their way towards field goal range. Love the idea, by the way, of broadcasting the CJFL Championship next season. Absolutely love it. Going to obviously need some rosters, I suppose, or it could just be simulated rosters that don't even have spreadsheets. Just simulated overall. I don't even know how you'd even begin to tackle that, but I would love to. I'd love to get in the booth with you, Commissioner Kipper, and rip some CJFL football if we had some rosters. Oh, there's Alberto Pennington on the outside. First down for the Memphis Rhythm. Alberto Pennington, longest reception of the day with 11 yards. He's a guy that's had some impact this season. Kind of a offensive rookie of the year or overall rookie of the year contender. He's the best receiving threat for this Rhythm offense. Him and David Smothers have been a rookie tandem for Colton Crane. Definitely helping him out. Going back to what's good, though. Not good this time. Loss of 2 there for Ray Potts. CJFL class of 2026 looking weak, if he's being honest. That's not what you like to hear. But with every bad class comes a good one. With every bad pass comes a good catch by Kelly Oliver. Gonna secure them well into field goal range. And it's actually good that we're on the right hash here because we got 16 miles per hour of wind going westward. It's a great kick. The wind's pushing it. No good! Because of that wind, it's impossible to make a field goal today. Lined up on the right hash and everything. That wind, I mean, couldn't have kicked it any better. It's just, you don't know what that wind's going to do. If you adjust too far outside right, you know, you're gonna over adjust. And I mean, realistically, it could be 6-10. I mean, these field goal kickers are really struggling. You begin to wonder if oh, Homer Maxwell makes a move. And he's got room. Let's see if he can get caught. And he does. Gets caught. Right around the 43 yard line. Memphis 36. Take that back. Nolan Kelly with a big hit there. Big time play for the San Antonio Cannons. Big time move from Homer Maxwell. He's a guy that's got some back end skill. That was Mo Arnold. Fullback Mo Arnold. They're looking for a bit of momentum. That's for sure. Can't really find a lot though. 3rd and 8. Seth Dalton. Memphis 35. He's back to pass. He's got boys. That's Homer Maxwell. Short. He spotted about a foot short. Uh-oh. Tommy Tarbox, otherwise known as Tommy Tarbo, making a play there. Here comes the kicker. Wind is not looking good. Yeah, I mean, that's short anyway, but he had wind was not looking good there either. That's 4 missed field goals in between both teams now. Could be a completely different game. That's for sure. Crane in the shotgun on 1st and 10. That's something about this. Oh, big time hit from Leo Butler. That's something about this rhythm offense. They're very versatile drive to drive. So they run it a lot on your face and drive one. So then you say, okay, next drive we're sending an extra D lineman. We're sending the bigger guys. Well, then they just air raid on you. You know what I mean? Like what they're doing right now. And they're not ready for it because they're seeing Ray Potts in the backfield. Oh, this is a draw play. You know what I mean? They're not ready for it. You're kind of keeping them on their toes as this 3rd quarter winds down. Don't go anywhere, folks, because with every great Colton Crane pass comes an interception. That's something that we've known to be true here on ESPN ESPN 12, the Dose. And now short field for Seth Dalton as we enter the 4th quarter. Tom Lloyd makes the reception there on the left. Seth Dalton 2nd and 6. He's looking to get something happening here. If anybody can do it, it's him. An electric player. One of the best players in this league. He's back deep. Swatted down. Swatted down by what looks to be an outside linebacker. 3rd and 6 now. This is a necessary one. Start of the 4th quarter, this would be huge. Down by 7. Obviously, you want a little bit more than field goal range with how this game is going. And they are going to bring out the chain for this one. Questionable spot. Out comes the chain gang. Oh, and it looks like he got it. Yep. I thought he got it off rep. That was a bit of a bad spot in San Antonio. For San Antonio. Seth Dalton in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Freps out left. He finds Homer Maxwell over the middle. He's been an issue. He has been an issue for this rhythm defense. 8 catches for 94 yards. Talk about an issue. Dalton under center. Probably's got Haskins in the background there. Swatted down. Chris Bradley breaking through, destroying the left tackle. Boom! Big time SWAT team for the rhythm. 2nd and 10 for the best offense in the league. Trips out right now. That's something that this Cannons team can do. They're very, very formationally adept. Oh, two broken tackles for Hoskins. Fortunately, he gets 2 yards on the play, but what an effort. 3rd and 8. San Antonio Cannons dropping back. He fits a screenplay to Mo Arnold. Breaks one. Couldn't quite get the second one. I don't know about that play call there. I was just talking up the San Antonio play calling. They're very easily switch the field on them, but I don't know about that. 11-mile-per-hour wind going southwest. Wind favors them. Doesn't have the leg. Barely has the leg to get to the end zone. And that's now 5 field goals missed, 4 for the Cannons. It could be 12-10 right now, ladies and gentlemen, realistically. But that's how this game is. Huge SWAT presence this game on the defensive line. These guys are really hustling. Both sides. Both defensive lines are really hustling. You know, I think the San Antonio defensive line specifically was not very happy with Ray Potts running all over him. Clearly not, as Grayson Larson makes a big-time stop. Grayson Larson out of Syracuse. Big, strong guy, very well conditioned. Crane with third and a lot. Finds Leo Butler, but is instantly taken down well short of the first down, and they're going to give the ball right back over. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. You know, if I had Griffin Kipper standing right here, I might turn to him and say, is it possible that they left the San Antonio Cannons with, well, a little bit too much time? I think so. Lloyd on the return. Shut down. They're gonna have a long way to do it. 28-yard line. Gonna have to drive 72 yards to punch it in. Let's see if there's anybody that can do it. It's this offense led by Seth Dalton. There's Mo Arnold. Can't quite get anything started there. Dalton. Back to pass. Swatted. Completed. Swatted. Could have been picked off and taken to the house. Luckily, it's completed. Brought down 3rd and 7 now. Dalton in the shotgun formation. You got that similar trips out left. I'm expecting to see Homer Maxwell up the middle here. They don't go for Homer Maxwell. They find Tom Lloyd by himself on the outside. Can't quite break a tackle, and out comes Kai Connor, I'm assuming. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's see if they get the snap off. No, it's going to be a 2-minute warning. 4th and 6. They're going to give San Antonio a little bit of time to debate here. I mean, if they go for it, obviously, it could be the game decider. I agree here. This is a Memphis offense that has been slow in the second half. You punt it away, and you make Memphis beat you. You know what I mean? You don't beat yourself. Some rhythm bounces there, and they're going to have a bit of a short field after a decent punt from Connor. Just kind of got unlucky there. Wind's going with him there. It's an important note for field goal. 16 miles per hour going northeast. Joaquin Rossiter. Huge tackle by him on the outside. Defensive back. 2nd and 12. Crane in the shotgun formation. He's probably going to be... I was going to say, you're looking to run it here and chew a little bit more clock. Make him burn another timeout. Here it comes. Oh, they're not going to burn a timeout. They're not going to burn a timeout. I'd like to see a little bit more clock usage here. I wouldn't like to snap the ball anytime soon. It's good, they're not. 25 seconds on the play clock. They can burn another 20 seconds. Crane's just going to sit up there and control the line of scrimmage, seeing what he sees in the defense. Wind's starting to die down here in San Antonio, moving down to 13 miles per hour. Down to 12. 10 seconds on the play clock. Crane's about to snap it here. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. 3rd and 11. Here we go. Snaps it at 1. Beautiful clock management. Wilkins stopped in the line of scrimmage. Here comes the timeout. So, in comes Herschel Dempsey looking to pin him deep. This punt could be a huge contributor. If Herschel Dempsey can pin him deep, which we know he has the leg for, that'd be huge. That is not the punt that the Rhythm fans are looking to see. I mean, they could have been on the 10-yard line. They could have been on the 1-yard line. Not a good one. And here we go. This is what Seth Dalton does best. This is what Seth Dalton does best, ladies and gentlemen. Is this right here. Homer Maxwell over the middle. Clock's going to continue running. 54 seconds left on the clock. 22 completions of the day for Seth Dalton. He's going to hurry up his boys. 50 seconds ain't counting. Going to snap the ball here. Hopefully. Dalton snaps it. He finds Maxwell over the middle again. Again, clock is going to keep on running despite the first down. Professional rules here. 39 seconds left on the clock. He's trying to drive. 1 timeout in his pocket. He wants to save that for the kick. No runners in the backfield. Trips out left. Twins out right. He finds Tom Lloyd over the middle. And now they're marching. Say hello to the march. The Imperial March. 27 seconds left on the play. On the game. They're driving. They're driving. Dalton in the shotgun. This could be a legendary San Antonio comeback. Dalton in the shotgun. Looking deep. He's got Lloyd. Finds him. Tackled in bounds, though. 15 seconds. And 14 seconds. And now comes the timeout. You got to take shots towards the end zone here. You got 1st and 10. You've got plays to burn. If nobody's there, throw it out of bounds. If nobody's there, throw it out of bounds. Get your boys lined up. Rhythm are playing prevent here. 30 yards left to go. Swatted down by the Rhythm defense. 2nd and 10. See, that's what you need if you're the Cannons, though. You wanted completions that are quick like that. That took like 3 seconds off, if not a second off the clock. Dalton in the shotgun. Looking deep. He's got Strickland. Found for 10 yards. 1st down. This clock's running, though. 8 seconds. No timeouts left. Is he going to clock it? They could clock it. They might just... No, they're just going to snap it. Oh, he finds him. Oh, but they tackle him. Oh, and he tackles him. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and another upset. The Rhythm take it home. 7-0. I mean, talk about a call. Oh, my Lord. Oh, wow. I mean, they could have clocked it. They had no plays, but they found him 2, 3, 4 yards short. Oh, wow. The Rhythm shut out the Cannons on the road. Doubled 100 more yards by the Cannons. More 1st downs. I mean, just one great drive. That's what can do it in this league this year. One great drive. Wow. Oh, my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need a minute here. Lord. Oh my God. That's incredible. To the player of the game, deservingly so, Homer Maxwell, he had himself a day. 10 yards for 10 receptions for 105. Wow. 7-0. Rhythm upset the Cannons. 7-0. Unreal. Unreal is right. Unreal is right. Homer Maxwell is your player of the game today, boys. Austin's already injured. Here's the other injury. Armstead with a 2-week injury. Sore neck for 2 weeks. And then that's all for that team. I don't remember any injuries. Darius Mathis was already injured. Yeah, no, that's the only injury of the game. Is Armstead. There. Wow. Wow. And that's a huge win for the Memphis Rhythm in a couple different ways. And for the San Antonio Cannons, because that now slips them into the 2 spot. A spot that they're not supposed to be in. You know, they were the second best team last year going into the playoffs. Upset in the play-in game by the Cluck. That could have been a different Dream Bowl. Now the Racers have the chance with a win against the worst team in the league, the Cluck. Win against the Cluck would put them in first place. And the Rhythm stay 1 win ahead of the Oklahoma Bison. 1 win ahead of the Oklahoma Bison with 3 weeks to play. And they have St. Louis, San Antonio, and Alabama. So they've got 2 tough games. They've got St. Louis, which is a very competitive matchup. Could very easily go 0-3, but they're 3 games in a row now. I don't see how this momentum is going to stop, especially once Darius Mathis gets into play. No injuries for the boys other than that. On the other side of the ball, Oklahoma has Kentucky, St. Louis, and Kentucky again. So very easy schedule for that playoff spot. And you know, we'll go ahead and give St. Louis a shot as we're talking about playoff chances. St. Louis has Memphis, of course, then Oklahoma, and then San Antonio the last week on the road. Again, they'd have to win those 3. And then the Rhythm would have to lose out. Bison would have to lose at least 2 out of their last 3, and then they'd have to win the tiebreaker, of course. So, not looking good for the St. Louis Knights out there, but that's okay. Last game of the evening, though, Alabama at Kentucky. Not an easy place to play in. Not an easy place to play in. Let's get it off. Let's get after it. Cluck are coming off of a 0-3 loss, very close loss in Memphis. And then coming off of that, they're coming off of a 6-3 win to San Antonio. Alabama's coming off of back-to-back convincing wins, 20 points in each, one against St. Louis, one against Oklahoma, looking to continue that stride. Some contributing factors here. The Cluck, Ben Cooper will not be playing today, left guard. And obviously, two huge injuries, Brian Fields, Archie Travis. Obviously, Archie Travis will not be able to return this season with a torn ACL. It's kind of the storyline of this Alabama team. Let's see. Let me get my stuff pulled up here. They will be relying on Shiloh the Dog Hollins to lead them here in Kentucky. Followed by the dog is Tino Benson, University of Mississippi graduate. If we're talking about other game changers, here's Harvey Ryan on the opening kick. Harvey Ryan is obviously one of the better receivers in this league, if not the best. He's got Dakota McClure throwing to him, I think. Pretty sure it's McClure. Kind of had a bit of a quarterback room here with Gutierrez and McClure. That's not a great throw by Danny Gardner, relative to Sauce Gardner, both defensive backs. Danny Gardner is from the University of Alabama. Where is Sauce Gardner? University of Cincinnati, same thing. It must be cousins or something like that. Possibly also related to legendary football player Nick Gardner. That could be a possibility as well. Third down for McClure. Swatted around, but finds Allen for a first down. You know, if you're a Cluck fan here, you want that to hit the ground. You do not want Seth Allen finding that ball, but he does. Seth Allen, experienced veteran in this league. Oh, it was Paul Wilson, tight end out of Rutgers. Sorry. Had a big time yawn, though. I'd like to thank my two viewers here for sticking around despite their game being the first one. Probably should have made that the last one so they would be forced to stick around. But appreciate the boys staying through on this late night of American Football Federation football. Swatted down. McClure's pass is 2nd and 10. You know, this is a Racers team that's been through a lot. You know, by been through a lot, I mean they have 2 Dream Bowls in the past 3 years, and they've been to all 3. The only team to have made 3 consecutive Dream Bowl trips, and with a win today, they'd move into the 1 spot, which would secure them 4 consecutive Dream Bowls. Still got a couple more games in the season, of course, but they're looking to pretty much guarantee a spot in the playoffs now. I actually think they are guaranteed, especially with the win today. And, you know, they're looking to continue that dynasty. Alabama head coach Ray Wolf has done a great job leading this team to success. Unfortunately, they had to punt, and here comes Aiden Cox in this Cluck offense. Marlon Bates doesn't think they should stay on the field very long, but Aiden Cox, what an anomaly of this league. I mean, he's seen a thing or two, or he knows a thing or two because, well, he's seen a thing or two. Same with Eli Doyle, 2 veterans from original 4 teams. Obviously, Doyle coming from the Memphis Rhythm, and Aiden Cox coming from the St. Louis Knights, both in the expansion draft. These are guys that are leading this offense to the little success that they've had. Obviously, this is a Cluck team that is 1-7, but a Cluck team that has some heart. They lost by 1 point to St. Louis week 1. They lost by 4 in week 2. You know, lost by a touchdown in week 3. Field goal in week 4. Lost by a field goal in week 5. The only time they really got beat was week 6 against shutout against St. Louis. Then beat San Antonio last week and then lost by 3. This team has very rarely lost by more than 1 possession. which I guess you could say for a lot of teams here, but has made it quite competitive throughout this season and just hasn't really been able to come down with what they need. Big time return there for Harvey Ryan, by the way. Bad, actually, let me rephrase that. Bad punt by Kentucky's Jude Stedman out of Washington. McClure finds Wilson on the outside. That's tight end Wilson for the first down. And they are marching well into field goal range. Sorry, I was checking for something. I thought I had made a fast mistake. I remembered saying Hess because I remembered saying it last night whenever they played the rhythm, but I thought that I had made the mistake and run a game that didn't matter, that this was the wrong matchup or something. Sorry about the silence there, boys. McClure slipping his way into the red zone. There's Mr. Bowers getting the first down for him. That's fullback number 2, Jeremy Bowers out of Arkansas. It took me a while to find him. That's not fullback number 2 right there. That's wide receiver number 2, Seth Allen out of the University of Florida. Very used to seeing green ahead of him in a racer's uniform. I did not see who that was. Excuse my accent there. McClure back to pass. Shotgun on 2nd and 4. It's a draw play to the dog Hollins. What is the dog doing is a very popular phrase. Frankly, not much. It's not doing much. Dog's doing really nothing. But I formation here. 3rd and 5. Slips it out. Finds Wilson over the top. Touchdown. Alabama. It's Paul Wilson, the tight end out of Rutgers. He's having himself a bit of a day early. Here's Hans Pimentel, otherwise known as Pimentel Cheese. Hold from McClure. Oh, and that's wide right, ladies and gentlemen. Pimento Cheese can't quite get it done. It's been unfortunate for him. By the way, Griffin, Pimental Cheese can be put on the nickname sheet. Just let me know. Here's Eli Doyle, making a move towards the middle. Says Eli Doyle wants the rushing title this year. I don't think that will be happening, unfortunately. Not in a collect uniform, that's for sure. Mark Sears can't really get a lot there. 3rd and 6 in the second quarter. 7-0 Alabama. Aiden Cox lost their score, boy. He finds Eli Doyle though. 4th down. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter and a half. Stedman's back to punt. Not a great one. Going to take a one hop and out of bounds. Will be spotted on the 33-yard line. Dakota McClure back to pass. He finds, once again, Seth Allen. I mean, that's a connection there. That's a connection. Seth Allen and Paul Wilson, tight end and receiver, are making some moves. Here's Shiloh the Dog Hollins, who can make some moves. Didn't make any moves that time. Harvey Ryan. Can't quite get the first down there. Here's the dog. The dog that's got a first down and more. Hollins has been a key part of this Alabama lineup once obviously Archie Travis was unfortunately injured early in the season. It's 6-0, not 7-0. I might have said 7-0 earlier. 6-0 Alabama's, huh? 3 minutes left in this first half as we are winding down the night on American Football Federation Week 9. Dakota McClure under center. 3rd and 1. He's got the man open. Couldn't quite get the ball to him. He's going to wish he had that one back. They're going to try a field goal here. Hans Pimenta Cheese, despite missing the extra point, is going to go for a deep field goal. Almost had the leg for it. That's incredible. I got the mouse before you said it, by the way, Brady, if you do say it. Unfortunate there for Alabama fans. Could be up 10-0 here. Been saying that a lot recently. You hear guys in the field as they're mic'd up saying they cannot run the ball. Frankly, they can't. That's a stuff. For Eli Doyle. I wonder if they were saying that they're not going to run the ball on 3rd and 13, or if they're saying that we got to stop them. Nonetheless, whatever happened, it didn't work. Clucks back to punt. Stedman trying to pin him deep. Harvey Ryan fields it. He's had a punt return touchdown this year. Not one there, though. 9 yards. They're going to start on the Kentucky 46. Less than half the field to go. Dakota McClure is looking to make a difference here. Fires over the middle. Can't quite get it done. If we were in Alabama, we'd be hearing Gutierrez chants. Unfortunately, we're not. We are in Kentucky, where they do not care about their quarterback issues. They care about seeing more than one win this season. Don't know if that's going to happen. 3rd and 3, Dakota McClure. And this Alabama team swatted at the line of scrimmage. Oh, Malik Madison. That's a guy that can make a difference. Malik Madison out of Vanderbilt. He's a bit of a dog. Not to be confused with Shiloh the dog. Collins. Wynn's just bringing that right. Had the leg. Pimentel Cheese will miss another one. A lot of wind. 18 miles per hour. I mean, that's something that, we've seen a lot of some windy days here late in the season. It's cold. It's not easy. Got to get the leg warm. And a lot of factors. That's for sure. There's Eli Doyle to the outside. I'm sorry. I was looking down at some headquarters info, but Eli Doyle. And timeout called as they're all of a sudden, here come the clock, looking to get some points on the board. Hayden Cox looking to lead him down the field. Again, former St. Louis Knights. Oh, Scooter. Scooter Schmoot. Or Smoot. Smootity Smoot. Scooter, nonetheless, has got himself an interception on the day, and that's going to shut down any hopes and dreams Kentucky and Hayden Cox had. I was about to say, former St. Louis Knights quarterback, you got to wonder what St. Louis Knights fans, if they wish he would have stayed, or obviously the organization didn't protect him. After seeing that interception, I think I understand their choice. Not a great cluck player. Dakota McClure, Shiloh the dog, first down. I mean, I only kids. Aiden Cox has done a lot for this Kentucky program, taking them in their first ever season to a Dream Bowl, much more than he did in St. Louis. So, it is what it is. He finds Baxter, McClure does. Reese Baxter, gain of 4. 20 seconds left in this first half. They're not going to call a timeout. Clearly they're okay going up by 2 field goals. 1 touchdown, really, but score of 2 field goals. The dog Holland's going to make a cutback. He had blockers, including Dakota McClure. Couldn't quite get in there. Anyway, now they're going to call a timeout. A bit of an interesting choice there. I don't see why they didn't call one first. If anything, it doesn't help you at all. Now you're forced to run the ball. They're going to call another one. It's almost like they want to give... How about they... Oh, because they've lined up... They've lined up pimento cheese. That's on the 40... Was that on the 44-yard line? Was that like a 70-yard kick? I'm going to have to watch the replay on that. No wonder they caught that out. They're setting pimento cheese out there. I have to see that on the replay. Oh my lord. 40, 45. Yes, their own 40, really 43-yard line. 57 plus the end zone 67. 67-yard field goal attempt there for Pimento. Obviously, doesn't even get it close. Shout out to Ray Wolf for taking a shot at the end of the game, I guess. At the end of the half, I mean. All right, Aiden Cox to Mikael Bolt at the flat. Design screenplay gets broken up at the line of scrimmage. It is possible that Lane Kiffin had some doing with that. Smoot with another break up there. He's been all over the place on the line, catching interceptions. These guys very versatile. Yeah, it is possible that Lane Kiffin came on staff for this Alabama Racers team. Eli Doral stuffed. Maybe it was Tino Benson from the University of Mississippi saying, hey, Lane would kick it here. Anyway, here's Stedman punting her back. Harvey Ryan. Just about the 21. That's a bit of a deep punt for Stedman, I do believe. Yes, Jude Stedman out of Washington. A bit of a deep bomb for the young man. Let's see, here's Brandon Shaw, also a former Memphis Rhythm player. Got picked up in free agency this year. Dakota McClure, 5 minutes left in the third. He's going to snap the ball in a shotgun. He finds Shiloh the dog Hollins with some room. The dog makes a bit of a move. Can't quite get it there. Third and 6 though. 6 yards in the play. McClure is under center. Play action. Swatted down. Big time clock stop. That's going to force Billy Beaver. Bit of a beef bomb. Bit of beef bomb to Boone. Yeah, Andrew, I talked about that about 20 minutes ago before this game kicked off. The Rhythm have Knights, Cannons, Racers, or something on those 3 teams, whereas the Bison have the Cluck twice and the Knights as well. So, 3 winnable games versus 1 winnable game could likely do the ticket there. Nonetheless, still a battle. I mean, this is a Rhythm team that's now beaten the Cannons. I don't see why they can't do it again. Team that's beaten the Knights. I don't see why they can't do it again. And they've gotten close to beating the Racers. So again, I don't see why they can do it again. And again, this is the Clock team that can cause some problems. It's just it's American Football Federation football. It's AFF football, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. That's all I got to say about the matter. Sorry about the overlay there. It's a big-time punt for the Cluck. Not much to talk about on that drive. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Dakota McClure, handed off to Shiloh the dog Hollins. He breaks a tackle. Can't quite get up past that second layer. McClure's going to chew a little bit of clock, snap the ball. Got a lot of pressure in his face, but finds Reese Baxter on the outside. He makes a good move, big time stiff arm. Gets all the way into Cluck territory. Still a very, very winnable game here. I mean, a touchdown could possibly seal it with the lack of scoring we see in this Cluck offense, but closer game. Oh, let's swat it down twice by that Cluck secondary. We've officially been streaming 90 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking with us. If you're watching after the fact right now, I can see Tucker or Colby watching after the fact right now, as they do not know what's going on. But you know, if I'd like to thank anybody who's sticking with us. Anyway, what I'd like to thank is Dakota McClure for throwing an absolute muffin there. Couldn't get anything done. And now they're going to punt it, despite the fact they kicked a field goal from there earlier. I guess it was the end of the half. They're going to let Beaver pen him deep. Roman James on the return. Tight end Roman James. He's had a bit of a quiet day today, I feel like. I haven't seen, I mean, to be fair, the Cluck offense hasn't done a lot, but I feel like he's had a bit of a quiet day for the best target on this Cluck offense. Aiden Cox can't seem to find any ball. There's Mikal Bolt, though. Can't find him the ball. Jeremy Panito makes the play. Cox in the gun. He finds Eli Doyle wide open. One man to beat there. If he makes a play there, he could have had a couple more yards. 9 yards, though, not bad for Eli. 3rd and 2. Sand wedge. Sand wedge. Sand wedge? What is sand wedge? Sorry, I keep on saying it because I have no idea what's going on. Did I miss something? I'm just thinking about players. Intercepted by Panito. He just came up and got that ball. Underthrown by Cox. And now the Racers have a big time opportunity to get some more points on the board and kind of seal this. Especially with Shiloh the dog making a bit of a run. Can't quite get out there. Averaging 2 yards per carry today. Shiloh the Dog Hollins, although not being the most talented player that the Racers have ever seen at the running back position, he is one of the fan favorites. He's a great guy off the field, does a lot for the community of Birmingham. And as well, he's great post-game. He's always talking about having that dog in him. So that's why it's called Shiloh the Dog Hollins. But, great to hear him post-game, that's for sure. By the way, fourth quarter has begun. Go to McClure. Can't quite find tight end 2 on that play. 6.5 minutes left in this beautiful game on a late night for AFF football. Somebody's injured on the play, but Shiloh the Dog only gets 1 yard. Let's see this injury. It looks to be a Kentucky Cluck player. Hope for the best. That is Mr. Green. First name obviously isn't Mr. He's out for 1 week. He should be back next game. That's Miles Green out of Miami. Right defensive tackle. He's going to make a play. Gained a couple yards there. Corey Holiday's there to break it up. I was about to say, we could expect Pimento Cheese out here to kick. Looking to try to put a couple more points on the board. He sent it left. That's where you needed to send it there. I think that might have squeaked in with enough juice. I don't know. Might have squeaked in with enough juice. Unfortunately, had no juice. A lot of wind today in Kentucky. But, it is what it is. There we go, 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Finds Gonzalez. Chris Gonzalez's longest pass of the day. Longest reception of the day. Might be his first reception of the day. Also been a very quiet day for the Kentucky Cluck. Guess that can speak to the Alabama Racers defense. Swatted down as you see him there. Another 3 and out for the clock there. For the big man. For the big man in the red helmet. Stedman back to punt. Gonna get it there. Takes a favorable Alabama bounce. Going into the wind he was. Oh, sorry. Cluck bounce. Non-favorable Alabama bounce. Dakota McClure. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left. He's looking to just chew a little bit of clock. Harvey Ryan's on the other hand is looking to break ankles, and that's what he does. That's what he does. Gain of 7 there for Harvey. 2nd and 3. Clock chewing down. It's 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 6-0. Alabama leads. Shot of the Dogs just couldn't really extend there. Not a great throw by McClure. Again, some would say that maybe Gutierrez should be given a shot, but, you know, we'll just have to see. McClure swatted down at the line of scrimmage, and that's a 3 and out. That's exactly what you need, a short 1 minute 3 and out for the Kentucky Cluck. And here comes the Beaver Bomb. Back to punt it. He's going to give it a boot. That is a Beaver Bomb. Roman James back to return it. Always heads to the sidelines. Doesn't quite get a lot of yards there. Doesn't really follow the blockers, but who knows? I'm not a punt returner. Aiden Cox looking to lead his team to a fourth quarter comeback victory. Can he do it? Not with throws like that. Not with throws like that. I do believe that was good Farmer there. I don't know who that is. Anyway, Roman James finds his pickup. Long reception of the day was 6 yards. Again, I feel like that's his first or second reception of the day. Get a quiet evening for this Cluck offense. I've said it a lot. There's Roman James again. With a first down. 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Clock's running. 3 timeouts for both teams here. More importantly for the Cluck. If you're just joining us, Alabama scored early in this game. Missed the extra point. A lot of wind in Louisville today. That's Calvin Townsend. Is that I think that could be the backup tight end. He was a very talented guy out of Duke. Oh, Mikel Bolt had it. Couldn't hang on to it. James Ray. Big time play from Ray. Big time play from Ray. Both their free safety and strong safety are out of Oklahoma State. Both rookies. That's Gary Cleveland and James Ray. They've got some good chemistry. They're very communicative. And this is a choice here. They're going to give it to Stedman to punt it with 2 minutes left to go. I guess I see they got the 2 minute warning. It's going to help them. 2 minute warning is going to be in their favor here. Not going to have to burn a timeout on this first play. So if you're Alabama, you want to keep the ball on the ground here. That's what they do. They hand it to fullback Brandon Shaw. He breaks loose for about 5. In comes the 2 minute warning. There it is. As we go into this 2 minute warning, 6-0. Alabama leads with the ball. And I think they're about a first down away from sealing this game. Kentucky with 3 timeouts. They surely will call. Oh! Vic Fleming with a big time interception for the Cluck. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling a little bit of momentum here in Louisville. Smelling a little bit of something. They're at home. Aiden Cox is on the right side of the field, and they've got 1:58 to work. Cox fires Gonzalez for a gain of 5. And they can let some of this clock chew off. They kind of want to be they've got a little bit of time here. They don't have to burn any timeouts yet. Use them to recoup. Might even use them if they don't get it here to get the ball back. They find Hunt over the middle, and now they have 30 yards to go. First down. Might call one here. You never know. 139, though. They're not. Aiden Cox looking to have a comeback win. He's got a couple in his day. He's going to snap the ball here soon. There you go, 1:30. And that pass is going to be out of bounds. He did not like what he saw there. Or that move from Colton Crane. Didn't really like what he saw there over the middle. Wanted to get rid of it. Let the clock stop. Known as the intentional spike. Aiden Cox. Wow. Normally, Colton Crane didn't do 2 intentional spikes in a row. Minute 24, 3rd and 10. They're going to need some yards here. You're obviously in 4-down territory on this side of the ball. Oh, when he takes a shot. Oh, can't quite come down with it into triple coverage. Mikel Bolt couldn't quite find it. And obviously they're going for it. 4th and 10, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the game. Obviously they have 3 timeouts, so if they don't get it... Oh, Roman James catches it. Doesn't quite get there. Turnover on downs. Wow. Again, a first down will seal it for the Alabama Racers. The interception obviously allowed for that. Shadow the dog. Here comes the first timeout. Minute 14 left to go. Unless we see a first down here, which is very, very, very possible, we could be seeing Aiden Cox getting one more shot at it. Here's the dog. And keep it on the ground for a loss of 2. Malik Madison. Big time play there. Minute 9. Very, very quick work here. I'd like to see a quarterback draw. That's just milking a couple more seconds. Looks like you're going to try to pass to get the first down, win the game. Would like to see a draw play there. Well, they're kind of lucky that they even caught that ball. Here comes the timeout. Tino Benson. Here comes Billy Beaver looking to drop one more Beaver bomb of the evening. Minute 4 seconds on the clock. He's going to pin him deep. Roman James. He's got boys. He makes a move. Not going to be enough there. 57 seconds left. Aiden Cox is going to start on the Kentucky at his own 46. Short field here for Cox. Looking to take control. Again, it's also important to note here. Julian Hess is the most inconsistent kicker in the American Football Federation statistically. So even if they do score, it's very possible. There's Gonzalez making a little bit of a wheel there on the back end. It's very possible that we could be headed to overtime. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else you can want from a late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning in American Football Federation Week 9. You've seen some action this week. Big time upset by the Rhythm. Controlled game by the Bison. And now you're seeing Aiden Cox with a chance to win it all. Here in Louisville. At home. Cox looking deep. He had him. Piss poor throw by Aiden Cox. Piss poor. Aiden Cox, 4th and 6. This is the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and he finds Mikel Bolt for the first down, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be first down. Not a lot of time on the clock, though. 20 seconds left. Cox is trying to get him to the line of scrimmage to clock the ball. Maybe he might even snap it. Yeah, they do snap it. Swatted down by Keyshawn Swinney. He had a guy. Couldn't quite get it there. They're going to need a deep shot. 12 seconds. They probably got about 2 plays. 2nd and 10. Trips out right. Look for Roman James here. Oh, just kidding. They find Hunt over the middle. You're going to need to clock it. 8 seconds on the clock. They're going to get the snap off. They do. They drop back. This is the last play of the game. Eli Doyle can't quite come up with it. That's the game. Ends on the 10 yards away. 10 yards away. Valiant effort by the clock. Got some valuable yards there in that 4th quarter. But an early Alabama touchdown seals the deal, making it 6-0. Alabama. Your player of the game this evening is Seth Allen, obviously. 7 receptions for 72 yards. An absolute stud. Good to see an offensive player get it every once in a while. That's his first MVP of the year. On the injury front, Miles Green out 1 week, which should mean no week, with a dislocated shoulder. Is that 3 in a row for Alabama? Let's see. Alabama. Yes, you could say they're hot. And they play San Antonio in a big-time matchup next week. Big-time matchup. huge, you could say. Huge matchup, you could say. Yeah, it looks like our only injury on the Alabama side was that Miles Green. Or, sorry. That might have been on the Cluck side. On the Cluck side. And no new injuries for the Racers. So the only injury was that one from Kentucky. Again, it was 1 week, so I guess you're not writing it down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that should do us for the game. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to the American Football Federation 2025 season, week 9. To recap our week, we started out with a 16-3 convincing win by Oklahoma, followed by a 7-0 upset win by the Memphis Redmen over San Antonio, 3 yards short there by Seth Doughton and Tom Lloyd. And finishing off with a 6-0 Alabama win with Aiden Cox knocking on the door. Couldn't quite get it there, though. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate any viewers that are still here. 106 minutes into the stream. And we will see you next time for Week 10.